Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss Porshas Family Matters, and I just have so many thoughts. I don't even know where to begin. But first off, let me just say, a lot of you guys had hit me in the DMs asking if I would watch the show. Y'all were like, Brooke, I know you don't want to watch, but please do, because it's some foolishness from beginning to end, and we need your commentary. And when I tell you I was fighting y'all like, I don't want to watch it, I refuse, but I caved in, and over the weekend I binge watched the entire series, and so I was all caught up when this latest episode aired. Porsha, this show was the wrong idea. This was a bad move. I don't know why you would greenlight a show that would show you in the worst possible light. I had no idea that I was going to end up liking Dennis as much as I did. Dennis seems to have a level head. He seems to have some common sense. And with you, it's the complete opposite. And your family's out here looking crazy. The only person in your family who has some good sense is Aunt Liz. Let's start off with this latest episode. I thought that the fight that occurred with Monique and Candace was awful. This took it to another level. Porsha, you're on national TV throwing plates, swinging at somebody's mother. I was floored. We see production trying to hold you back. Nobody can get you to sit down and stop. Simon pulls you over to the couch, and you're sitting up there pushing him down and getting back to fight somebody. I was floored. Like, is this really going on right now? Is this the image that you want portrayed on national TV? And for you to try to twist it around like Dennis started the whole thing and then saying he needs to be arrested, him and his bitch ass mother. I said, wow, is this what we're doing? And it was so funny when the next day rolled around and we found out from all your family members that you had texted everybody and told them, do not talk about the fight. I wish somebody would show their ass and then they tell me that I can't speak about what just happened. Absolutely not. I was really upset that Lauren and all of your cousins and all of your aunts stayed quiet. I would have said something. And I was so happy when that producer interrupted you guys during that meditation session. And he was like, so you guys are not going to talk about what just happened at all? And you're sitting up there rolling your eyes talking about, are we done? Are we done? Are we finished with the scene? Like, really? I'm just so glad that these producers are exposing you from beginning to end. You've been trying to paint yourself out as the victim this entire season of your spinoff, and it has backfired miserably. The beginning of this series, you started off in the first episode saying, I got so much backlash from social media and people don't know the truth. And the truth on your account still makes no sense. Because when they asked how you and Simon got together, you were saying that he was in your DMs. And then when they flipped to Simon, Simon says, well, she came into my DMs trying to console me and see how I was doing when I had announced my divorce from Fallon. So which one is it? You seem to be somebody who can't take any advice. You can't hear any criticism whatsoever, because anytime anybody in your family, especially your sister, would try to give her 2 cents about anything, you're sitting here rolling your eyes, talking about you're being attacked, this, that, and the third. You can't hear anything. And your sister was right when she said that you have a whole bunch of yes men around you. If you had some people who would actually tell you the truth, you wouldn't be on here fighting and cursing and looking crazy. And I would have loved to have seen your mom really just say, you know what, Porsha, this ain't it, sis. But it seems like your mom is a big enabler. She never tells you when you're wrong. Everything that you do is just right in her eyes. And honestly, the most embarrassing part about this show is the fact that it looks like you're still in love with Dennis. The fact that you were upset with him when he brought another woman on the trip Why do you care? You're with your new fiance who you're in love with, right? So why do you care that Dennis has moved on and he has a date? I was also annoyed at you referring to his date as a slut. You don't know this woman from a can of paint. Why are you calling her a slut? Were you a slut when you were with Dennis? Like, girl, make it make sense. I think the true source of your anger comes from the fact that Dennis didn't fight for you the way you thought he was going to. You thought that you getting with Simon would have Dennis be like, okay, you know what? I want you back. And when he was like, okay, like, cool, like, I'm gonna go and find somebody else, and, you know, God bless you guys, now you're kind of salty about that. Because the rage at that last dinner made no sense. I mean, did you guys see the anger in her eyes? She was really out for blood. Like, she really wanted to kill somebody. And it's also apparent that you have a strange relationship with the truth. Because when you came back from the trip and you went to your mom's house, you're telling her what happened, but you're not telling her the full story. Then you have the nerve to fix your lips and say that Dennis only brought a date to Mexico to get under your skin and to cause a reaction. Again, how could he cause a reaction when you're with your fiance that you say that you're in love with? That shouldn't bother you. You just don't realize how foolish you're making yourself look. Porsha, your cousins didn't paint themselves out in the best light. I get the impression that everybody is walking on eggshells around you because they're so afraid of you, and they're also enamored by your status. The fact that you're a celebrity, the fact that you have millions in the bank, they all want to get close to you, and they're so scared of falling out of favor that whatever you say is cool, they're not going to question it, nobody's going to fight it, it is what it is. And I noticed the dynamic between you and your family, especially with you and your sister. And when your sister did try to call you out about how you had hurt her, and when she was talking about how she wasn't treated right when she was working for you, and you got upset and blew her off, it's like you just can't seem to take accountability for anything. If it's not what you want to hear, then you just dismiss somebody and it's all their fault. You have this victim mentality and you act like you are still a teenager when you are a grown woman. I don't understand it. It's like you have arrested development. Like something isn't quite right. Like I don't get it. And it's so irritating how you act like you're this airhead when you're actually pretty manipulative and pretty conniving behind the scenes. And we see it all throughout this show. Honestly, this show was the worst thing that you could have done for you and your family. It made you all look crazy. Porsha, I heard that you were paid $1 million for this spinoff, but honestly, all money is not good money. You were better off staying on RHOA and just dealing with the shade that came your way about getting with Simon. Because this show isn't it whatsoever. And I doubt that Bravo is going to greenlight a second season of this. This is definitely giving me one and done vibes. And despite Dennis cheating, he actually dodged a bullet not staying with you. Because it just seems like your first reaction is to get violent. This trip, in my opinion, was a waste of everybody's time because nothing got solved, nobody got healed. Every time they had a healing activity, nothing came of it. I mean, yes, we saw Aunt Darlene crying because she wanted to repair her relationship with her daughter Storm. But other than that, like, what do we really see? Porsha seemed to be uninterested in any sort of healing practice. And I know that Porsha was an executive producer, but it was pretty much a vanity title because there's no way that you're an EP of a show and you're going to allow yourself to look crazy like this on national TV. They gave her that title in name only, and they gave her a few extra dollars on her check, but that's pretty much it. I think that Lauren hit the nail on the head when she said that Porsha and Dennis need to resolve the lingering feelings that they have for each other. I think more so on Porsha's part, because she seems to be having a very hard time letting go. I thought that whole Versace robe situation was crazy. Why are you still wearing his robe? The robe is $595. Porsha, you're a millionaire. You can buy that robe 50 times over. So why do you need Dennis's robe? Give it back to him and buy your own. Or let Simon buy one for you. It's just alarming. If I were Simon, I'd be giving Porsha a side eye like, it seems like she still has feelings for this man. And Mama Gina also clocked it, and she said the same thing in the latest episode too. She said the problem with Porsha is she's in love with you and Simon. And I believe it. I just want to go back to the fight scene quickly. That was a full-blown melee. What Porsha did was unacceptable. That was disgusting and vile. She was swinging at Dennis. We can play the clips back over and over and over again, but I didn't see Dennis swing at anybody. I saw him trying to make sure that his mother was okay and out of the fray, but I didn't see Dennis trying to swing or lunge or hit anybody. Yet again, somebody has to restrain Porsha because she fails to control herself. And it's fitting that she's good friends with a certain somebody who is no longer on Potomac. It makes sense because they solve their problems with violence. Just a mess. And the fact that it took 4 producers and Simon to try and restrain her, and even they couldn't do it. And I was screaming at the recent videos of Simon going to the gym, talking about he wants to bulk up and look good for the wedding. And people were commenting saying, yeah, he's just preparing himself so that he's ready when Porsha starts hitting him. I said, child. It's just upsetting that it seemed like Dennis and Porsha had a friendly relationship, a good co-parenting situation going on, and now all of that is ruined because of Porsha's stupidity and lingering feelings for Dennis. This was very sad to watch. I feel like, again, Porsha did herself a big disservice even signing up to showcase her life and go on some spiritual retreat trying to heal her family and trying to get her blended family together. A hot mess. Porsha, when people were saying that your activism all last season was all for the cameras, I now believe it. I feel like you never really were in it. You just did it to make yourself look good and to have a storyline for that past season. And when you went down to your grandfather's site, the Hosea Williams Foundation site, to go see your Aunt Liz, and she was asking you, Porsha, with this fight and how this might affect your image, do you think that you need to talk to the folks in the activism community and apologize for your behavior? And when you were like, no, not at all. I don't need to do that. I'm a human being. Stuff happens. Families aren't perfect. I said, wow, just no accountability whatsoever. So that's your excuse. I'm a human. Millions of people get upset about things, but we don't resort to violence. And a mature woman would have the sense to call a lot of these organizations and make a statement and apologize for her actions. But you can't seem to do that. You have a pea brain and a big ego, so apologizing is out of the question because you do nothing wrong and folks just have to give you grace because you're a human first. Porsha, this show was a fail. The MVP award, in my opinion, goes to Aunt Liz and Dennis. Everybody else should have stayed home and never come on this trip. Your friend / former assistant Dom is a troublemaker. Lauren, your assistant, seems to be a yes person. Storm, she's just ready to fight, it seems, has a nasty attitude. I mean, just a mess. But y'all, I am not going to belabor the point. I just wanted to hop on here, give my 2 cents about what I thought of this show. Do you guys think that Porsha's spinoff is going to get a second season? Are you on Dennis's side? Are you on Porsha's side? What do you think about the fight? Are you disturbed by Porsha's actions? Are you still a fan of Porsha's actions? Or are you completely turned off by Porsha? Do you think that she should have stayed on RHOA? Like, what do y'all think? But again, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all later. Bye.